So today I want to talk to you about how to gain confidence on camera. So that brings me to my framework. This is very simple. It's just to get started, like the very basic beginning steps to get on video. So practice makes progress. We want to show, don't tell, and we want to bring them value. We're going to go through all of that. All right, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing yet. I'm just going to show you this post, let you take a look at it, and then I'll explain why I'm showing this to you. Okay, what do you remember from the post that you just looked at? Does anybody remember anything?
The date.
The date? Do you know what the date was? 18th. March 18th. Anything else?
It was a meeting.
It was a meeting?
I
Yeah.
can't really read it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's kind of small. Okay, so we remembered a couple of things from that post. Now, ladies in business, specifically in Canyon County, our networking event is next Tuesday, March 18th from 3 to 5 p.m. We'll be hosted by a super cute salt room in Caldwell, Idaho, and featuring a special guest, Charity Majors. She's an author, a speaker, and the founder of Business and Bubbly. So if you want to come network and get to know the lady who started it all, then join us at our event next Tuesday. Grab your ticket in the comments or in our bio. See you then. Oh, almost forgot. DM us to get her, and we'll send you a 50% off promo code for your first ticket. See you Tuesday. Okay, what do you guys remember from the video? Anything extra or same details?
Where it's going to be, who's going to be speaking.
Mm-hmm.
If you put in a code, you get 50% off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're adorable.
Thanks.
But the video actually had a location where the post just said Caldwell.
Yeah.
Not helpful.
True. Yeah. So that was just like a real-time example to prove this point, that viewers will retain 95% of information when they watch a video versus 10% when they read it. So if you're wanting people to remember more of your message, who you are, or whatever it is that you're trying to share, video is definitely going to stick in their brains longer. And then just again, building on the same point, a significant number of people prefer watching videos on social media. It's actually 80 to 85% of users. And then on top of that, video posts tend to generate significantly more shares than just regular posts or text images. These are all straight from Google, so you can go look them up if you want to do a deeper dive. Here's another example. This is just like something from Instagram that I pulled. So the picture on the left side is just generic quote post. It got 6 likes and it generated 100 views. If you go to the middle post, there's people. So audiences will always connect more with people, especially if it's a picture of a person. So you can see that there's more connection there. I posted it this morning, so it's only at 52 views, but it's got 9 likes and some comments. And then the same video I just showed you has 18 likes, some comments, 823 views. So there's just a nice example of how much more reach you could have if you're putting out videos for your business or even just for personal lifestyle, whatever it is. And then marketers who use video will grow their revenue 49% faster than somebody who doesn't use video. And on top of that, if you put a video on your landing page, your conversion rates could go up by 80%. So it really builds trust because you see the person, you hear their voice, you get to connect with them, and you kind of like get into their vibe, if that makes sense. You can feel their energy and feel like if they're genuine and where they're coming from. So that brings me to my framework. This is very simple. It's just to get started, like the very basic beginning steps to get on video. So practice makes progress. We want to show, don't tell, and we want to bring them value. We're going to go through all of that. Okay, so this is my first tip. If you want to take notes, I would say these are the spots to take notes or take pictures. So when you start out on video, you want to focus on quantity versus quality. And I know that's kind of like not what most people think, but the more that you're doing video, the more you'll get comfortable, the better you'll get. You'll figure out how to word your videos, your messaging, and then you can start moving into quality once you get a little bit of that down. Of course, when you do a video, you want to start with an idea. You don't want to just hop on camera and not really know why you're doing a video. So you at least want to have an idea. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can plan out your video. I used to plan out vlogs. I would write down like 10 sentences and then I would figure out what kind of videos I wanted to get, because I would do a little blurb where I talked and then I would show video and then I would talk and then I would show video. So like family vacation, I'd be like, we're going to get a hamburger, and show us going to get a hamburger. So that's like just an idea of how you can plan out a video. Using bullet points is super helpful, especially when you're staring at a camera and you're starting to get like, tongue-tied and you can't remember what you're gonna say. So I used to have just a piece of paper, like a notebook, note card, whatever it is, and I would write down bullet points. Or even in the beginning, I actually started writing down my sentences so that I wouldn't forget. And I would look at the sentence or the bullet point, take a breath, and then look up at the camera, and then say your line. Now I want to stop on this point because when you're looking down, you want to make sure that you take that pause and that you make eye contact with the camera again, because then you're connecting to the viewer. You're looking up and like saying, I see you, basically, versus the viewer seeing. And I want to tell you, you want to see the person's face and what they're saying. So with that, remember to pause. This will help with editing, especially if you pause at natural points. So between sentences, it's really hard to cut a video and separate or take out a sentence that you don't like. If you're talking super, super fast, and it's really hard to like split up what you're saying. You know what I mean? So use the power of pause and make eye contact. We already said that. So that's step one. And these are just points to just to start. Okay, so number 2 is show, don't tell. This comes into play. You want to take people on a journey. So whether you're walking with your video and taking them to coffee and telling them about your business or what you're doing, that is one version of taking them on a journey. Another version is telling them a story that isn't just telling. So for example, telling someone about this candle would be like, oh, it's a candle, it glows and it looks cool, and that's just like telling. But you could be like, oh, it lights up the room and it brings a vibe. That's storytelling. You guys like see the difference. I know that was like a really small example, but you want to bring people on a journey with you. So you want to invite them into your story, whether you do it through words, through what you're showing. You can also get B-roll. And I don't want to go too deep because this is kind of getting into like more advanced stuff. But B-roll is essentially just like background video. So if I'm talking about getting a cup of coffee, then I might show a video of me and a friend grabbing a cup of coffee. And you just kind of splice it into your videos as you're talking. So you can actually show them and then, or tell them through a story, inviting them on a journey. Okay, and then tip 3 is to bring value. So choosing what kind of videos you want to share about, whether informational or educational, or being entertaining. Like when you think about the feed when you're scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you'll notice that you'll watch videos that are like how to build this or how to grow that, or maybe common questions that are asked. That's all informational. Or like sharing tips on how to do your nails or how to care for your nail beds or something. But entertaining, BTS is going to be entertaining. That's behind the scenes of like, let me walk you through my business and show you all the ins and outs of like being on the behind the scenes. Vlogs are entertaining. You could do like outfit inspo or just be funny or do more lifestyle and family things. I think you guys probably know based off of what reels you watch. So anyways, just choosing to bring them some type of value, whether it be info or entertaining. I see note takers. Okay. And then here's some equipment that you can use as you're starting out with video. Super simple. I started out with my iPhone. I filmed 6 weddings on my phone. So you can do a lot of stuff with your phone. Androids are getting better cameras and whatnot. So I would just say start with your phone. For video editing software, and I actually have, oops, wrong way. I have QR codes to all of this stuff, so if you guys like want to scan it, we'll go through those. But CapCut is a great option. It's kind of a next level up from iMovie. I know iMovie's not on like Windows, PCs, all that kind of stuff. But CapCut is compatible with both MacBooks or Apple and Android products. And it's just a really great option. It's simple, it's easy to use. You can find a lot of YouTube tutorials. You can do a lot of different things with cutting and transitions and music and all the things. And then getting light. Lighting is not the most important because you could always stand next to a window or go outside or just stand in like the best corner of your house that has the nicest lighting. But if you want to go and invest in something, then getting like a ring light or some type of LED light just to so people can see your face better.
You mentioned that. Oh my.
Yep. Yeah, so that's actually what I'm wearing currently is a lapel mic. I have it hooked up to my little wireless microphone, but you can get a lapel mic that plugs directly into your phone, which is super nice. There are some that have like receiver boxes if you want to adjust stuff. Otherwise, you can literally just get a lapel, and I have an iPhone, so I have to get like the little dongle thing, the adapter, in order to plug it into my phone. But super simple. It's a no-brainer. You don't have to like adjust all the levels and everything if you're just plugging it into your phone usually. So lapel mic is nice. And yeah. There's a link for CapCut. It's free to download. And then you can also go up to a pro version if you want to get into a little bit deeper with editing. So this is probably my favorite software outside of Adobe, but that is a beast to conquer. And then here's some lighting equipment. And with this, I would say go look on YouTube, find a light that's gonna fit your needs. These are just some random ones that I found on Amazon and pulled up really quick. So there's like a light stand. You can like put your phone in the middle of a stand and then it will hold your phone and it's kind of multifaceted. Or there's like little clip-on ring lights. So the light would just clip onto your phone, clip onto your computer, and then wherever you're pointing your phone, you've got light. But again, I would go look on YouTube. That's like how I find most of my equipment. I watch people compare different products and find the cheapest for the best value or the best product. Okay. Kind of flew through that. You guys have any questions?
Social
media, do you post on all the different platforms, like you do TikTok and Instagram and
For the most part,
Facebook
yeah.
publishes at the same time as Instagram, right? Like you
Mhm,
publish
mhm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some cool social media scheduling softwares out there that are free. I use Metricool, and it does YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, websites, Pinterest, everything. You can have one account for free, which is really nice because then if it's just you running your business stuff, everything's in one spot. Otherwise, you can schedule out through like Meta Business Suite, which does Instagram and Facebook, and you can schedule up to 1 month out. And that will let you do reels and all the things. So,
Metricool.
yeah, Metricool. Mm-hmm.
And then what about for doing captioning on videos? I see a lot of videos that also have the words.
Oh, on the video. Yeah. CapCut, did you see the pink words in my video?
Yeah.
That was from CapCut. So there's like some AI editors that will actually add in captions so that you don't have to go type out everything that you said. It will just automatically do it for you. And that's super helpful. You might have to have like the pro plan. You'd have to go look and see what's available, but CapCut is a really good option for that.
Instagram does it.
It does.
Yeah, individual apps. I think even TikTok does it itself as well if you go in and actually publish through them. So, yeah. Do we need to go back to any slides? I saw you guys taking notes. We're all good?
I took pictures of the slides.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
What was the B-roll for?
B-roll? It's just footage that you... Okay, we'll explain it like this. So when you do a video, let's say I'm talking and I'm, again, just the coffee shop example, I'm talking about a coffee shop. You can take your audio and run the audio through the whole video, but then while you're talking, you can cut. So like, let's say I'm going to grab a cup of coffee, cut, and I can show the coffee shop and have the audio play with it.
Okay.
I'm going to this coffee shop, blah, 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 and then you're showing what you're doing, and then you can actually cut and go back to you talking. So you can kind of go back and forth. B-roll is to fill in, to engage people a little bit more because they actually get to see what you're doing or what you're talking about. Or it's to cover up mistakes. If you cut out a portion of your video, let's say you didn't like a sentence, but then you made a weird face or something that you just didn't want in there. You could actually put some B-roll up so that that portion of, your video isn't in there or isn't visible because they would be seeing the footage that you're showing. My company, Stream Media, kind of said that. I'm going to tell you a story. So I was born and raised in Idaho. I like to call myself a spud. And I have been involved in a lot of extracurriculars while living here. I've lived here my whole life. One of those things was FFA. So in FFA, I had to be dual enrolled in a high school because I was homeschooled up until I joined FFA. And of course, as a teenager, I had some struggles with like rejection and, working through different emotions and things. Luckily, I had a good mom, and she suggested that I find a hobby. And she was like, well, vlogs are up and coming. You should start a vlog or something. And I thought that was a great idea. So I did. And it was mainly a lifestyle vlog. And over the years, Treetop Thoughts is what I originally called it. I did like family vacations and just random, whatever I felt like doing, whenever I felt like doing it. And I started getting comfortable being around a camera and just pulling out my camera and filming a lot of different things. So over the years, I became known as the video girl, and even in FFA, they would volunteer me to run like the big cameras as an extra. I did a lot of videos in FFA for my chapter, like introductions, slideshows, all kinds of different stuff. And then one day, my teacher asked me to film her wedding. And that's kind of the point where my hobby turned and the door was opened for it to become a business. So I filmed her wedding, and since then I've done 5 other weddings. I've done promotional videos, events, reels, YouTube, short films, all kinds of things, real estate. So today I want to talk to you about how to gain confidence on camera.